welcome to Two for Tuesday, where I take one ingredient and use it for two reasons. My name is Sarah Manaresi, and welcome to my kitchen. It's that wonderful time of year, and it's fall, and for me that means like really warm desserts or something just really uses apples and cinnamon. It's probably one of my favorite fall flavors. And I have two really easy recipes to do. I get asked a lot for some granola recipes, and this happens to be one that uses apples and cinnamon in it. So what I have here is 3 cups of rolled oats, and I'm going to add to it my dry ingredients, which is 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, just like so. And I never think that you can have too much cinnamon, so if you put a little bit more in there by accident, oh well. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. So it's kind of like a pumpkin pie mix that we're doing here, and that's why it's going to work really, really well with the apples as well. A 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, so those are those nice pumpkin pie flavors. The only difference is that this doesn't use ginger, and so when you have a pumpkin pie spice mix, usually has a little bit of ginger powder. That's what I was trying to say. And I have a 1/4 teaspoon of natural sea salt. Maybe we're behaving. I'm always scared that I'm going to dump it out everywhere, and then it's just disastrous. And I realized I didn't grab a spoon, so hold on a second. I'm just going to use this nice little spatula, and we're going to just mix it all together like so. Pretty easy. And then you can use whatever kind of nut you want. The recipe really calls for walnuts, but they give me headaches, so I use pecans, and I just prefer pecans anyway. And I just did just a rough chop of those. And then we're gonna add in some Granny Smith apples, because I love those baked. I also like Braeburn apples really well in this recipe as well. They just have a really nice flavor to them, and they hold up to heat really well. And we're going to stir that together, as well as a 1/4 cup of raisins. And if your kids don't like raisins, don't put them in. So there you have it. And if your kids are allergic to nuts and are okay with the oats, sometimes they have the gluten-free oats, don't put the nuts in it. So you can make this gluten-free too, and nut-free. And then this is a mixture of honey, coconut oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I have a 1/4 cup of honey and some coconut, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin coconut oil that I've melted together on the stove, and then I added a teaspoon of vanilla too. And I've already preheated my oven to 325 degrees. And this is pretty easy. You're just going to mix it up till it combines pretty well. And then you just lay it in a single layer on top of a parchment sheet pan. We'll just put that to the side for a moment. And then this is a super fast dessert. It's just baked apples with cinnamon. So you just core and slice apples. The really key here is just to make them all about the same size so that they cook evenly. Put them in the toss them in some cinnamon and put them in the oven for 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or so, and then take them out and they're done. And I've used like different kinds of flavored butters on top of them, just a little pat, just a little do-ya, and some Ready Whip. And this is going to be a fabulous topping either for oatmeal or yogurt, or if we're talking dessert, you could probably even do it on top of a little ice cream as well. So this goes in for about 35 minutes or so. You want to check on it every 10 minutes. You just don't want it to burn. And those are 2 great recipes that use my favorite flavors of cinnamon and apples. One's super easy, fast to do, especially if you're looking to do a really quick, healthy dessert with you and your kids. They can be involved in this process, and my kids love these, and you don't really have to do much to them. So I hope these become family favorites of yours, and I hope you're having a great evening. Talk to you later. Bye!